Sam, what if I told you that a lot of factors that exist in society today are just a way of influencing us to live a certain type of way? Take, for example, religion, or culture, or social norms. I think someone put them in place to get us to live a certain type of way. And guys, I get it. I could be wrong, but again, the good news here is that I stand to be corrected. And that's the whole point of this podcast. If you're an open-minded person willing to challenge the status quo in pursuit for knowledge and deeper understanding of life, then welcome to Joanne on Air podcast. I'm sure we all can agree that times have changed a lot, especially in the number of sprouting careers today that did not exist 10, 20 years ago. The creative industry is one of the most lucrative industries in the world today, with content creators making a lot of money compared to the traditional roles we knew in the normal setting. So think of all the content creators you can think about, from YouTubers, podcasters, guys on TikTok, vloggers, bloggers, wherever your mind can take you really. As much as this industry continues to grow worldwide, I wouldn't necessarily say the same for a country like Uganda. So in today's conversation with a friend, we have a couple of opinions in the pipeline. One is, I think that a number of creatives in Uganda still remain broke. Two, I think a lot of creatives still take their careers as a hobby or as a passion project rather than making it a formal professional way of making money. Three, my friend thinks that the idea of paying someone in vibes and exposure is an old school manipulative trick that needs to be scrapped off the books, while I think that at some point in life you definitely need exposure to work for free as a way of reward. That and more in today's episode of Joanne on Air. Hi Makobi.
Hi Joanne.
How are you doing?
I'm alright. How are you?
I'm good. Are we still saying Happy New Year?
Well, I haven't seen you this year, so most probably.
Oh, so it can't. Okay, so Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, my G. What's up?
Tawali. How is it going? How's the new year? How is it looking like? Did you set resolutions? Is it unfolding over?
Well, for starters, January has been trash. Yeah, it's been trash. Mental health has been in the pits, but I believe every single day you're up and above the ground and you're able to get up from your bed is a blessing. So that's like the mentality that I'm going with. So, but it's not been very, very rosy, really. Yeah, I don't know how it's been for you as listening to your very last episode of your last podcast version, where you said that you're taking a social media break. How's that going?
Oh God! Speaking of mental health, it was partly entirely because of that. I was mentally drained. I think as a creative, we tend to go on January to December because you think you don't have the normal routine like most corporates do. You're working on Sunday, you're working on Saturday, maybe Monday you sleep in because you get so the fact that it doesn't stop. I think for me that's where it all came from. And yeah, I'm great so far, not bad. I'm 2025, let's go, by the neck.
Yeah. And people usually don't for example, the guys that work in offices, they usually don't believe creatives when they say they are burnt out or they're tired or whatever, because in their heads they think if you enjoy what you're doing, then you never have to work a day in your life. That's the biggest scam I've always been to people.
Yeah, that's true though. I think it's true. I mean,
you don't think it's true?
No, if someone's an accountant and they probably don't like it, they're doing it for the money. And then I am a photographer and I love doing it. So I think, who do you think is going to have more burnout? The other person or me?
Well, I'll speak for myself. I think me, even when people don't believe me. like
Why do you think people don't believe you?
you know the thing with guys that work in offices, yeah. I don't know why, but whether knowingly or unknowingly, they have this thing where they think their jobs are like probably more what's the word I'm looking for? Like more exhausting than the rest of us,
Or more essential?
or more essential, really. So they think you moving around with your camera and documenting things and stuff. In their head, they're like, oh, you're just pressing a button, but like there's more that goes into that.
Yeah.
And just like you get tired of sitting on your computer and stuff, like, bro, there's days I don't want to look at pictures. There's days I'm tired, I don't want to talk about photography or anything like that. So the burnout is real.
Right. I don't want us to sit here and say who, like, which space is more important. I think there was that debate during COVID times where there was like the battle of like companies were like, we're only keeping the essential stuff and all. I don't want us to sit here and compare whether us creatives have a higher workload than people who do the normal 8 to 5 routine. I want us to start with the idea that creatives are broke. The fact that we are facing recession. Calm down, calm down.
Bro.
The fact that we are no, hear me out. Hear me out.
Okay.
So I a very passionate, take for example, writer or photographer or whichever. Choose any. I'm actually just gonna use you. You're a passionate photographer. You're starting out your brand building and blah blah blah. Versus me, who, let's say I choose to become an accountant at a huge law firm. I get paid salary. I'm sure it's coming. Whether there is, I don't know, whether I fall sick within that month or not. So I want you to tell me what you think when you weigh, because when you think about it in actual sense, I've been thinking about, those kids you went with to school who chose art over
Sciences.
like but then they come out and become artists. They paint, dress some certain type of way, and then you look at them and you're like, I had huge expectations of this boy's life to unfold, and for some reason they chose their art and now they look like they're a lost cause, which brings us to the point. I think creatives are broke people.
Well, it's a yes and no answer kind of question.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, for starters, I think the whole thing stems from our culture as our culture towards anything creative or anything artistic. Like, you see, as a kid, when when kids are growing up and they ask them, what do you want to be? It's on very rare occasions that you'll hear kids say they want to be like an artist or a YouTuber or a photographer or whatever. It's always, doctor, lawyer, engineer, the generic generic professions. So in turn, parents or people think they always think those are like the it things. You get what I mean? So if you do anything else that's not that, especially if you become like an artist or whatever, then people always label you as a failure or whatever. Especially if you have parents that want that are not as supportive of art or your craft and stuff like that. So that's what happens. What's funny is the people that be calling creatives broke are the ones that be asking for discounts for their services. But that's a story for another day. I was saying, I think as creatives, one thing that makes us sometimes be in that position is the passion usually overrides the business side of things.
Okay.
And one thing we failed to understand is to learn the business side of our art. You get what I mean? like, yes, you're passionate about this thing, it's cool and whatnot, and yes, you're this very cool person, you're super talented and whatnot, but okay, so how are you going to monetize this? How are you going to make money off it? Like, how are you going to pay the bills with it and stuff like that? So that struggle to strike a balance between those two, I think, makes us come off like we're actually, broke guys, because the passion overrides the business side of things.
I hear you. I totally get you. I think there's still a huge gap in,
Yeah.
like, I don't know, teaching creatives to monetize. And when you say that, it reminds me of myself. I'm those people who are like super afraid of putting a price to the things I'm able to do, because I'm like, this is like common sense. Can't everyone do this? And I have my mentor always telling me like, hey, you cannot assume everyone can do what you do with ease. Like, you have to. So more of like, I don't know, putting a value to it. I want to run another line there.
Yeah.
Have you had experiences where you felt like if you put a figure to it, it sort of takes away the passion from it?
No, not at all. I mean, for starters, guys, I love money. Like, I'm not going to shy away from it. So I always tell guys, yes, I love photography. Yes, I would do it for free if I wanted to, or in some situations and stuff. But I'm still going to charge you for it, bro. And if you're not like willing to come correct in that area, then like maybe we're not supposed to work together and stuff like that.
Okay.
Yeah. So that
some people,
me loving money, me loving money doesn't take away the fact that I actually love what I'm doing. It doesn't take that away.
okay.
Yeah.
I guess I need to get it together, because usually I feel like once I put a price to it, then it ceases being a passion.
So see, the thing is, people always know what your value is, yeah, but they just hope that you do not know what it is, so they can take advantage. So when you say, I feel like when I put a price to it, then that's where they want you, because then they can take advantage of you.
So I've had people say that creatives are arrogant and proud, that even when someone is giving you a platform to showcase your skills, you know the line of like, oh, exposure and vibes, you guys are like, nah, I'm not interested. So when did it get to that point?
Exposure, bro. I hate that word. I hate that word. So there's two scenarios here, yeah. Because I'll tell you, there are lawyers that are arrogant as well. There's engineers and accountants and doctors and whatnot that are arrogant as well. So saying creatives are arrogant and stuff is just wrong. I think that just depends entirely on the person. I'm not disputing the fact that there are some creatives that are arrogant or proud or whatever it is, but that's just really how the person is, really.
Okay.
So the thing with exposure, yeah. So there are two things. Most times the people that want to, sometimes people use the line of wanting to give you exposure because they don't want to actually pay you.
Maybe they can't afford. I don't know. I mean, you guys are like way up there on the list of expensive things at an event. So if I'm inviting you, and I'm like, hey, show up. It's a great platform. Some other people will see you and maybe they can hire you. Isn't that payment enough? Especially if you're like maybe starting out.
I think it would be payment enough for maybe someone who's starting out and trying to get their name out there and whatnot. But for me, for example, like where I'm at right now, as soon as you sell me that line, I'm not even going to pay attention to you after.
I hear you. I guess that's why people get the line of, oh, those guys are arrogant and full of themselves.
Yeah, I think people should learn that, because I'll tell you for sure,
Mm.
there are creatives that will do very big, like big names, yeah, big creatives that will do work for free, yeah. But
Mm.
how about you let them choose what they want to do for free, and not you trying to sell them that?
Okay.
You get what I mean? Because I'll tell you right now, there's events that I know that I would, if I had the time, I'd probably shoot for free. Because maybe I I genuinely love the event and I just want to go create work out there and they don't have to pay me or whatever.
Mm.
But if somebody came up to me and their line was, "Oh, I can't pay you 100K, but come do this because it's gonna," then it becomes, you're not giving me the chance to call my own shots, like to choose which event I want to do or whatnot. That's why the
Mm.
problem comes in. So maybe that's why they think we're proud and arrogant.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Well, have
You,
you exposure before?
oh, my God. I have a whole book. I could write a whole book.
For real?
Yeah, like, it's not easy. It's a conversation for another day, especially for people who are starting out. I think
Yeah.
there's a thin line when that starts and stops. Yeah, like you get to a point. We've had this conversation before off air
Yeah.
about, yeah. There's a time when you actually need it. There's a time where now you've actually earned your spot at the table and you need to get paid.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
I think for me the thing that I was struggling with, of course, not to bring up whatever we talked about, you guys won't know about it, but the thing for me that I was struggling with was, in my head, I thought you were like, in my head, I was like, I've seen you somewhere, and then you're still there, like, okay, let me just, try this.
right, right.
Right.
Which is what I was telling you earlier. I'm like, I'm those people who are like so afraid of putting a price to like a service. Like I know I'm good at this, but then I'm like, I think
Yeah.
anyone can do this. I cannot ask for that much money. Oh, no money at all.
And you see now, that's where the people who, have you met people that are cocky and confident? Like they have
Yeah.
no skills at all, but they're very
Mhm.
confident. They're in their rubbish work. Like a person,
Right.
such a person, for example, will go and get a deal over you who has very good work, but you're afraid to, step into the unknown and, get that.
Oh, good. I'm so haunted right now. Yeah, which brings me to someone said they think that talent is overrated in the creative industry. It is like you said, it's more of having bigger balls and guts to show up in rooms and you're like, hey, this is what I demand for even when I know I'm not good at it. Or
Yeah.
maybe networking or marketing. Like when I grew up, I wanted to work on TV and radio. And then now I look at so many people working on TV and radio and I'm like, I could do a better job 10 times. But then I think it's so.
Do you want me to name names?
No, no, not here, not here. Why do you think it's like that though?
Well, talent is overrated. I'd say I do not think that the most booked wedding photographers, for example, or the most booked events photographers, for example, I don't think the most booked wedding guys and events guys, I don't think they're the most talented. And that's no disrespect to everyone that is like super booked and stuff. I see your work, I acknowledge it. I think you guys are dope, but I don't think they're like the most talented. But what these guys have that maybe the talented guys don't have, you'll find a guy who's like insanely talented, like crazy, crazy talented, but they don't get bookings, they don't get gigs. Why? Because first of all, they don't deliver on time. Like if they say they're going to deliver a wedding, for example, in like 2 weeks or 3 weeks, they take like 2 months. They don't
Mm.
reply to their emails. Like for example, a client is trying to get to you. You are last online like when Jesus was still here. you don't reply to your messages, you're not responsive, you're not, they ask you maybe for a quotation, you don't reply to them and stuff like that. And then how you talk to people, for example. Yeah, because remember, the creative space is a very, what's the word, like there's like lots of feelings involved and stuff, and how you treat somebody is how like they'll never forget that. Like people can forget things you did for them and whatnot. They'll never forget how you made them feel. So if you make somebody feel good and stuff, they are probably going to call you over someone who's super talented but probably treated them like trash.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think maybe that's where people derive that statement from. Because, man, I know some talented guys, but like their soft skills, they're like communication skills, people skills and whatnot. They're like so horrible, and they end up not getting as much back as their other counterparts.
I hear you.
Yeah.
It takes more than talent, than skill, than I don't know all that.
Right now, it takes more than that. There's gotta be like something more than just your talent.
Right, right.
Yeah.
I hear you. So is it? I don't know if that's just with my space or your space as well. I think originality in creativity is dead. We're all just replicating
Well, there's
things.
nothing under the sun that's new, really. So
So we're just what innovating.
no. I think so. So maybe I believe there's nothing new under the sun. Yeah, even be it fashion, music, or whatever. Even the music that even the music that guys listen to right now. There's like somebody that already created that, and then they sampled probably the song, and they bring it back. Even fashion right now. One of my favorite things to wear like those very big baggy sweatpants and baggy clothes basically and stuff. This is stuff that guys used to wear back in the day, and it's coming back right now. Or sometimes when skinny jeans or skinny clothes come back. So like these things have been here before. It's just now how you make it your own, really, that counts and stuff. But I honestly don't think there's anything new, man.
Are we working hard to try and come up with new stuff, like completely new? Are we like what, tired? We're like, whatever.
I I don't even I don't even know what it is, but
But that's not there.
there's really nothing new, man.
That's
There's
not there.
thing,
I don't even know.
yeah.
Yeah. We should think of new things to come up with this 2025.
That's very hard, man. It's very hard.
Let's talk about social media. Do you think it's killing creativity?
In what sense?
In the sense that we're no longer you're no longer taking your time to truly create something from within. You're following trends. This song is the new song. This is a new dress code. This is a new hairstyle. Like
I think
we're all going with what's going on than actually creating from within.
I think that's like really dependent on the creative themselves. I mean, if you're the kind that follows trends and jumps on every trend that comes up, then definitely it's corroding you as a creative and stuff. But I'm not the kind to jump on each and every trend that shows up or whatever. Of course, I'll keep up. I'll know what my way around and know what's happening and whatnot. But for me, if I'm not feeling something, like if I'm not feeling it from within, then I'm not vibing with it. That's just who I really am. So I think it depends on the creative. Some guys just like to jump on what's new, what's hot, and they'll go with it. Like for example, I was going to I was going to try and stop myself from not dragging this music, but you've listened to Amapiano.
Yeah. You're not a
Oh,
fan?
pardon?
You don't like Amapiano?
Not really.
Really?
I
You're a
really
little
don't.
boy.
What stuff do you listen to on your phone?
Clearly not Amapiano. Some other music, soul music. But I mean, when I'm outside and like, I mean, I want to listen to that stuff.
Yeah.
I think it depends where it's played. Are you saying you're like anti Amapiano? You don't like it?
Well, I have some Amapiano songs on my phone. Of course, that's courtesy of my girl that loves Amapiano so much. So obviously, she puts me on some songs and stuff.
Yeah.
But before, like it's a very new, it's a very new, a very new. I don't know if it's a new genre, but like people like have just started like getting onto the wave of it. Yeah.
Mm.
So like everyone is, like just jumping on it, the Gen Zs and whatnot and stuff like that. But for me, I was trying to explain the point of, knowing about the trends, but, choosing not to jump onto it if you're not feeling it. Like, I know
Mm.
it's new and hip and cool and whatnot, but for me, it's just not my thing. So you're not going to find me, for example, on my, you're not going to find me on my phone trying to bump or sing along to an Amapiano song, because that's just not my thing.
Yeah.
So I think it depends. It really depends on the creative. I don't think it's corroding creativity though. It just depends on how best you use your social media and stuff.
Mm.
Yeah. So if you choose to try and compare yourself with, because you don't know what the other person's work plan is for them to be able to keep like just sharing and stuff like that. You don't know how much time they've put in and stuff. So if you try to put yourself at their level, then you're being very unfair to yourself. So obviously it will corrode you in the long run.
Right.
Yeah.
Now
Yeah.
I'm thinking about collaboration. Is
Yeah.
there too many of us? Are we too much? Is it an overwhelming number of creatives all over the place replicating the same things, or we should collaborate and achieve something, or it's every man for himself?
Well, it's it's a dog eat dog world out here, bruh.
I saw your status a few days ago.
Gwe, I don't know why Ugandans always be saying, "Oh, it's a doggy dog." I'm like, what are you guys saying, bruh?
Take us to school. Are you? Oh my god, you're a Gen Z, aren't you? That's the only reason you like
No,
that.
I'm
Gen
I'm a
Zs.
I'm a millennial, bro.
For real?
Yeah, for real. You didn't know?
No. Sorry,
I
you
feel
gave
like
me Gen Z
I
vibes.
have Gen Z vibes, eh?
Yeah.
I feel like you're the Gen Z in this equation, bro.
No. Millennial. Same.
No, I'm a millennial, but like my year is the one where they chop off to go into like the Gen Z thingies and stuff. So so someone has told me you're not like an authentic millennial, but
Millennial, yeah.
yeah. Anyway, I think it's of course collaboration is good, but I
Okay.
think of course most times collaboration is misunderstood, because I feel like most times when people want to collaborate, it's one-sided, and it shouldn't be like that.
Okay.
Yeah, so for the collaboration to be successful, I think both parties, there should be like a mutual agreement that both parties are going to they're going to
Gain from the collaboration?
to gain from the collaboration. Most times it's, oh, I want to work with this person because I want them to teach me this and stuff like that. But okay, what are they going to learn from you?
Yeah.
You get what I mean? Like collaboration is supposed to be, okay, I want to work with Joan because on this podcast because I want to do ABCD, but okay, what's Joan gonna get from you? That's
Yeah.
That's what makes collaboration a collaboration. It shouldn't be one-sided.
Okay.
Shouldn't be like Kampala relationships.
How are Kampala relationships again?
They are one-sided.
No, I
Not
think
mine
Kampala
though.
relationships, people are just dying on each other. If you actually paid attention, you would know people don't like you like that.
For
I,
real.
for real, for real. Conversation for another day. Okay, so I want to tell you something about me. Yeah?
Uh-huh.
So I've been good. I've been struggling to choose whether to go full time as a creative or to still do the whole normal corporate um I don't know 8 to 5 routine. And I wonder if you feel like that a couple of times, a lot of times. I don't know.
In January, definitely.
No, not because you're broke. I mean, is that why? Because you're broke or
In January, like January just makes you question your
no? I
purpose.
don't think for me was Jan. I felt like that for a while because I don't think I've gone in full time, full swing
Thing
as
is,
a creative.
the thing is,
Mm,
um, if you need to get a job an 8 to 5 so you can be able to finance your passion and stuff, then you do it.
yeah.
That's like the right thing to do, cause man, at the end of the day, you have to pay bills, you have to,
Bills.
yeah, you have to survive, you have to. So if there's a chance for you to actually get a job and do that, and then get the money and then finance your dream,
Mm,
then you do that. Cause man, I'll tell you for sure, like
tough.
I've been on this other side, bro.
I
It's it,
know.
it's tough most times. I've had
Yeah.
a I've had an 8 to 5, I think, for like 2 or 3 months
Okay.
before I went full creative and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, so my advice would be, if there's a chance for you to get a job and get that money, then you do it. Then you'll finance your dream after.
I was talking to someone about this particular issue. Same really. And I when I was trying to explain to them where I was coming from, for me it was like my childhood dream was I wanted to, I don't know, grow up, find a legit corporate job, wear heels on a Monday, like smell nice, like and they were like, oh man, you first put your corporate dream aside, and like grab this thing by like the horns really. And I've been trying to like dissect to the exact point. Do you struggle with like, because if you're a creative like that and you're like mostly freelance, right? That means the self drive is on you to get up in the morning and get people's work done, meet
Yeah.
deadlines, and it's all on you. Yeah, is that something I don't know? Is that something you always had? Your parents taught you, or
No, I just learned it. I don't think I've always had that. I don't know, but that's just something I learned from. So my cousin, my brother. He's a music producer,
mm,
and so I would see how he would handle his work and whatnot. He didn't have like a boss or anything like that or whatnot. But then this man would be up like at 5 in the morning, go to studio, get stuff done and whatnot and things like that. So I think for me, he created like the blueprint for me to follow. So when I got into that, I knew no one is gonna like boss me around or call me to say ABCD and whatnot. But then I had to, for me to be able to stay on top of my game, I needed to push myself and stay disciplined and stuff. So
yeah.
that it was easy for me to transition into that.
I hear you. I think that was really good for you because for me, I think that was my biggest struggle. I wanted to
Yeah,
be part of like teams and like have a supervisor, have someone like in that office, like someone who I report to. Like I always
yeah,
wanted that because I felt like my thoughts and feelings about venturing into the freelance creative world started from remote work. So when
yeah.
COVID, I think that's when a lot of us got into that space and do. So me, my biggest wish was in that space. Like I wanted to be under someone's I don't know, inspection and all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But of course, even me, I have my days when the laziness hits a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have my days when I'll give my bosses some trouble, but those are I've learned to over time. I've learned to figure out how to deal with those.
Okay. Okay. I get you. Which sends me in a certain direction. Still, when I was having a conversation with a friend on whether to or not to do this full time, we
Yeah,
talked about it is easier to like, I don't know, start out breakthrough when you're around people, when you're working along a team, than when you start and forge your way around life isolated. Again, for me, that was like my biggest setback. Like, I had all this awesomeness going on, but like sort of hidden away, which brings me to the point around social capital. Do you think that's a real thing?
I think so. You need like-minded people or people who've walked the path before. It
Yeah,
it will definitely be easier for you.
I get you. I
It
get you.
will be easier for you.
Yeah, I learned that, I think, the hard way. We all need, as creatives, really need social capital. You need people who are going to pay you for your services, not your friends who think, huh, Makobi is my friend. I have a photo shoot. Can't I if I send you 20K and you first take me 5 pictures?
I know those ones. Those ones. No, I don't tolerate that. So
Right. Yeah, but you see now you need people. For me, I think that's it. Like, I need people who are in better spaces than me, who are doing better than me, to be around me, than all of us being blind. Me and my friends were looking for 10, 50K, and now
Mm.
I'm selling a course on podcasting at 500K, and they're like, what, you cheek, oh my god.
Why would you
Yeah.
charge that much?
Well, yeah, because because we're the same, really. So social capital for creatives is like super super.
It's very
Phew.
important. You need to have like and for even for community, you need to have like a tribe that your tribe that you hang out with, that you do stuff with, and push each other and grow together. Wait, I have a question. Why did you stop my podcast? You did your very last episode and just left us there like that.
We are in the kitchen. We are
Oh,
cooking.
you're cooking?
Yeah, yeah. Seriously, it's also part of, now that you're here. Partly was so that I wanted to have more complex conversation. I wanted to expand my creative.
Ah,
Huh. Yeah,
that's
my creative space. Yeah, the other one was mostly personal development, study looks, where I just sit and talk about. Yeah, so here is to hear from as many people as possible and hear like as many new takes about life.
yeah.
Yeah, which sort of sends us different ways. So yeah, that's why.
That's very nice though. How has it been? Has it been from the first year of podcasting to now? What has been the experience like? I have a podcast as well, and we haven't done anything in like maybe 1.5 years. That's how much laziness has been kicking us. So for you to be able to have done it, 3 years consistently, it's very
Mm.
commendable. So how's the experience been like for you?
Oh, that's a good question. It's interesting when I switch seats with people. I never get asked questions. So even when I'm like with people and I'm like, huh? What now? Because I'm always the one making people uncomfortable with questions.
Well,
Right. Yeah. So really, how has it been? It's been great. It's been like like it's been taking different shape. That the name I started with in the first year is not the same name I had in the second and third year. It's
yeah,
always been evolving. So like I always kept an open mind to like planning. If you hear my first episode and if you hear the last episode I did, there's like a huge difference, which I don't think I would have arrived at in 6 months.
yeah,
It all takes, going at it every day, because I think for creatives, you get better, you get creative. I've changed a lot of things, the music, the way I speak, the way I introduce an episode. it's
yeah.
all it's all in the process, really. So I think it's been great for me. So even with this one, it's probably
Yeah.
going to be my best work yet because of how good I've gotten at it over a period of time.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I hear you.
My turn.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can you tell us something that people would not believe about you?
Um. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see.
Mhm.
Hi. My name is Makobi Emmanuel. That's what my mother knows me as. But my moniker is that boy, short it, or that boy Makobi. And I love to hang out with my family, mostly my nieces and nephews. Yeah.
Oh, so sweet. Ah, hey, thank you for taking the time. Really, um, this was very, no, this was very mirror like. It was very nice to relate to things. So this had me just in agreement with most of the things you're saying because
Yeah.
I get it and it's closure for me.
Yeah. But thank you as well for having me on your podcast finally. And I'm very proud of the stuff that you're doing, and I can't wait to see what you bring for us in 2025, man.
Thank you. Oh, guys, by the way, before we go, this gentleman right here, on a lot of occasions, would have conversations where he's giving me pep talk about my value. Like, hey, you have to believe in the work you're doing and ask for this figure. So I think hashtag creative supporting creatives. I'll give you
Right?
a let me toast to that. Does that sound like a champagne glass?
I don't know.